Yeah.
Okay, should we rise to the pledge, please?
Yes, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Terry?
Counselor Olson.
Here.
Counselor Tom Fennessy. Here. Counselor Bender.
Here.
Counselor Sweeney.
Here.
Counselor Brent Fennessy.
Here.
Counselor Garfield.
Here.
Counselor Ludwig.
Here.
Counselor Herrick.
Here.
Counselor Kern.
Here.
Counselor Dahlbeck.
Here.
Counselor Hale.
Here.
And Counselor Levine. And I believe Mayor Hagan is joining us, but I don't know that he's on the line yet. Mayor, are you on the line? No. He hasn't joined the conference call yet.
And Council President Olson will retain his vote as a counselor, participate as a counselor.
Item number 4 is approval of the minutes from the December 20th regular council meeting.
Pleasure. Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any changes, anything that you want removed, alterations? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
Item 6 is a consent agenda.
Vote to approve.
Second. Okay, there's a motion and a second. Anybody want to pull anything? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Item 7.1, Public Works Director Janico is recommending approval to amend the agreement with Twin Ports Mailing to provide utility billing service for a term of 1 year.
Motion approved.
Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
7.2, Finance Director Vito is going to provide an overview of the annual general fund budget creation and adoption process.
Mr. Bronson?
Yeah, you're stuck with me tonight.
Perfect.
Okay. Good evening, councilors. On behalf of the Finance Department, we wanted to continue to give you updates on some of the policies and procedures that we follow throughout the year. You may recall last month, Finance Director Vito gave a riveting presentation on general fund reserve balances and their importance. Tonight, I'll make a short 7-slide presentation on the general fund budgeting process. Now, the purpose of the presentation is to update you on the general fund budgeting process. This is informational only, so other than a resounding round of applause at the end, no action is required on your part. You may be thinking to yourself, it's January, why are we talking about budgets? The truth is that we're always thinking about budgets, and there are informal steps throughout the year that kind of keep in mind. We always consider how do we address citizens' concerns about the things that you hear, and when the mayor is approached. Council leadership interacts with the mayor on some of their recommendations. We have active committees that meet on a monthly basis to discuss future plans and direction. And then we also have department head meetings a couple times a month, the mayor, department heads, and council leadership, where we discuss budgetary issues as needed. So those are some of the informal steps. Formally, we're required by the state statutes and our own city ordinance to follow certain steps. Our city ordinance, Chapter 2, Section 2-234, adopts the provisions of the state statute, Chapter 65.9, which governs the whole process. Basically, it's a lengthy document, but basically says that the proposed budget must include the actual revenue and expenses from the preceding year, which we usually don't get those finalized until after our audit, which is May or June. Also requires that we have 6 months actual revenue expenses from the current year. So it's basically telling us that we can't really start presenting any budgets until, half the year is gone. We've got a little, half a year under our belts. There's also state-imposed mandates and limits that we incorporate into the budget. Levy limits, we've talked about that before. In the past 13, 14 years, the state has not allowed us to raise the tax levy except for to cover debt payments and any net new construction that we have. There's also an expenditure restraint program that the city is rewarded if our non-debt general fund operating expenses do not exceed the CPI for the previous year. And that's about $300,000 that we receive. So if we allow our expenses to exceed that amount, we could forfeit that money. As far as the timeline, we're required to introduce the budget by the first meeting in September. We must hold a public hearing on the budget to allow citizens to weigh in on it. And then the budget must be formally adopted by November 14th each year. The clerk then must deliver the tax roll to the county by December 8th, so we can get the property tax bills printed and out in the mail by the end of the year. So those are the formal steps. Currently we follow a traditional budgeting process for the past many years. Starts in early July when the finance department prepares a salary and benefits schedule. I meet with the mayor for direction on the budgets. Salaries and benefits make up about 64% of our general fund budget, so it's pretty critical. We're a service business, so it's not surprising that salaries and benefits make up such a large amount. Late July, finance sends budgets to the department heads for their review and consideration. I guess in general, what we've done in the past is departments receive the same percent increases or decreases, and it's pretty much spread equally between all departments. We continue to move on and changes are made as needed, so we end up with a balanced budget. That budget again is presented to council, first meeting in September. Council has the right to make changes to that budget. You may recall a couple of years ago,
Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
it was requested that the budget be cut by 1%, and that percent was added to the contingency. So once council is satisfied with the budget, it's adopted, the public hearing is held, and you know the rest of that story. So that's what we've done in the past. Going forward, we've had some discussions about moving towards a priority-based budgeting process. Finance Director Vito will be making a presentation on that at the February 7th Committee of the Whole meeting. And a lot of the formal steps that we talked about are similar, will stay the same. We'll have the same timeline requirements, but the work up front will be a little more time-consuming, where we'll have to really identify and prioritize what services we want to offer to the public. So with that, I'll leave you on the edge of your seats until the next meeting when we discuss that further, and we'll open it up to any questions you might have.
Does anybody have any questions? Councilor Bender?
Chris, you're always supposed to have images or photos in a PowerPoint. Just making a suggestion.
Okay, got it.
Anything else? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yes,
Chris.
thanks, John.
Thanks, Chris.
Item 8.1 is being withdrawn by Mayor Hagan at this point. Item 8.2, Mayor Hagan is recommending approval of the 2-year Legislative Affairs Consultant Agreement between the City of Superior and Capital Consultants for a period January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2018.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Item 10.1 is a resolution introduced by the Plan Commission setting a public hearing on March 7th to vacate a portion of Winter Street located in the vicinity of Fisher Avenue and Winter Street.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
10.2 is a resolution introduced by the Community Development Division setting a public hearing March 7th to request comments on community development needs and fair housing choice.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. There is any business by public? Seeing none, we stand adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom and Bruce.